We're live.
5,
Hi.
3,
4.
7.
Alright, guys, we're
Hello.
live.
Well, we're live. Sorry about it being a little late. My daughter was not cooperating, being very, very difficult. My chair's squeaky and I need to get WD-40. So last session, Wallner was not here. The party found the murdered bodies of a couple of people. They were investigating. They found some stinky feet. Or some stinky footprints. They found an axe that stunk like stinky feet. They found out that it was a ghoul, or a ghast, which is a badass ghoul, that was doing it. One of the people had a Sahedron carved into their chest, which is a Thessalonian symbol. The other one was Rat Girl, who was thrown into the lumber machinery and was chopped into tiny little bits. There was also a note that was found, but that's going over. I think it's going over too specific. And then the party also found out. Oh, went to axe. I already mentioned the axe. It smelled like feet.
Shit.
Then the party also found a couple of bodies, or investigated a couple of bodies that were located in the jail, but the bodies themselves came from a small barn that was to the southeast, I believe. And they looked into there, didn't find anything interesting. They found a hidey hole that the stinky man was hiding in, the stinky ghoul. And they also found out that the only survivor was in the sanatorium, which apparently that's not a common. Yeah, that's not a common word. Apparently, John didn't know what it was. Basically, you put crazy people, and it's also sick people, unwell people that you can't really deal with in ye old times, where they don't have good mental health care. They just threw them in a thing, lock them up because they don't know what to do with them. Basically what it is. So it's not a fun place. It's not a great place to be. Probably not a great place to work at. Wallner was not here. He was off doing scouting adventures with Shalelu as she's recovering. Where was the party right when we left off? Were you guys still at the... Were you back in Sandpoint? I can't...
believe so.
Yeah.
We were just getting back in Sandpoint, and we had told I think the sheriff about what we had found at the farm. We told him we found exactly where the stinky feet ghoul was, or ghast was hiding at and everything, and they had never seen it.
Okay. Let me turn you up just a little bit. There we go. All right.
And I thought we had also decided that we...
There was two people talking, and I couldn't understand either one of them. What was that? Maureen first, I guess?
Okay. No, I basically was saying the same thing as him, is I thought that we had decided that we were going to go see the guy that was at the sanatorium, to ask him what he knew about the killer, and he asked, what the guy's name was, and that was the same thing I had, was what was his name.
It was Aaron Habe. He's the guy that runs the sanatorium. So it is Habe's Sanatorium.
No, what was the guy's name that survived?
Oh, the survivor? That was Graced Sevilla. Graced. I remember you specifically pointing out how weird of a name that was. Grayst. Graced.
Ooh, I guessed correctly on the spelling. Hey.
Oh, Balir, don't forget you have a boon to use, I guess, on your next skill check is when it is. So next time you have to do a skill check, you can do it. That's my
I'm about to waste this on a perception.
No, you don't. You can use it. It's not... Perception's rolled so damn much that any skill boon is going to end up just being a perception boon. So, I mean, you can choose when to use it.
Okay.
Because seriously, you roll nothing. Like 99% of the checks you're going to make in this game are perception. So, I want it to be a little bit more interesting than that. Wallner, this is about when you'd be showing back up, because like I sent in the message, you've been out searching around, and you were specifically looking for the party. So looking for Hemlock or Amico is your best bet, and there happened to be at Hemlock at the time, talking to the sheriff.
Alright, guys. I got some news.
Now Walner just walks up to you.
Good news.
Freaky news. So, I heard near the farms, in the southeast portion of Sandpoint, people have been claiming that there's walking scarecrows roaming around.
Walking scarecrows.
Walking scarecrows.
Are they hurting anyone?
I've only heard the rumors about people seeing them. I don't know if they're violent or anything like that, but just going off of what I heard, figured I'd let you guys know.
And who told you about them?
Various farmers as he's going around the outlying area. Or there's a couple of traveling people. It's basically word on the street, although in this case the street is the woods.
Shouldn't we go
Word on
trace
the
down one of these farmers or more and question them?
I think it'd be something good to look into. I don't know what you guys have going on here, but we can eventually get to it.
Yeah, because keep in mind, Walner does not know any of the things that's happened because he's been out. So he doesn't know about the murders or anything.
I mean, we're kind of occupied with some, murders.
Well, I've also been hanging out with Shalelu.
We heard.
I reckon that's her name.
Yes.
I didn't very catch her accent.
Chale.
She also told me that she spotted Pseudo coming in and out of Magnamar. I really want to get my hands on that guy.
Near over maybe you need to fill Walner in on what we have discovered so far.
Go ahead. You
Just
have a
covered a
nice
lot.
one, I see.
Say what?
I said, I guess you missed that. I don't know. There's a lot. A lot has happened. There's a smelly-footed ghoul. Killed some people. It sawed Rat Girl in half. You don't know Rat Girl, but she got sawed in half.
Then again, maybe he does know Rat Girl.
No Rat Girl. Would
You know what?
you know Rat Girl?
High or low?
No Rat Girl.
High or low?
Go with high.
Oh, you know Rat Girl. Rat
Oh,
Girl
Damn, that was
was...
one of my
Rat Girl?
homies back in the day. What the hell happened?
No,
She got ripped in half with a giant sawmill blade. And her boyfriend got chopped up with an axe.
Well, he had it coming, but you know,
Oh,
I never liked that guy.
Oh no! Oh no!
Literally falls over.
It happens.
There's a bird demon. Can't talk about the bird demon. He might be behind all this. You don't know. I can't tell you about him because he'll show up. But bird demon, just know it.
Bird demon.
Watch out for the birds. Yes.
His
Any of
name
them that
rhymes
happened-
with Banunu.
As
heard it was-
yeah. As he says that, anyone paying attention would notice Lirley stiffen, like in anticipation of if this name is going to be said or not. And she's like poised to be mad as fire. And when a different name is said, she kind of relaxes, like, okay, it's good, it's good, it's good.
Were you afraid I
Yeah.
was going to say Anunu pay?
The guy that was killed with an axe was stealing money. That's about it.
You know, it just
Thank you,
comes to
killer.
me. These scarecrows walking in the night, that does seem a bit odd and animated, and now we've got this undead copycat killer.
I'm curious if there's any way that these are intertwined. If maybe the same magics that are calling forth creatures such as a ghast are perhaps using these scarecrows for whatever nefarious means they may. Think about it, the common person, if they see something like that, they're not gonna keep pursuing past it. They're gonna run in fear and cower. It may serve both purposes to look into these scarecrows.
Which one do you want to do first?
Just as a reminder, Grace was sent to the sanatorium because he was very sick. He wasn't just crazy, he was also sick.
Ooh.
So...
Time is up a limit.
Yeah, just remember, there is a timer on that. I don't remember if that was something that I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. I don't remember if you guys would have remembered it. So your characters would definitely remember that.
Fair enough.
Gotta talk to this guy before he dies. So, step to it.
Refresh me of the direction of each of these things. The sanatorium is which way? I know that you said that where they
Sanatorium is basically
southeast.
like due south, follow the river. The farms are to the southeast. So I mean, they're in the same general direction.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how far of a variance? Like, how far?
I
out
mean,
of our
you're
way
probably
would it be
talking-
to loop through the village on the way.
If you're looping through on the way, it's probably a few hours out of your way. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Problem is that you're going to get distracted with
so
what
it's
you're
not like a
doing.
day.
Yeah. It's not multiple days travel or anything. It is like probably half a day at the most if you're going slow through the woods. Because remember, there's roads throughout all this place. This isn't... You're not cutting through the jungle or anything. You're just going on a road.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think? The slight detour along the way to the sanatorium, or straight there and hit it on the way back, perhaps?
We have a tendency of
Getting sidetracked?
following the rabbit hole, so should probably go to the sanatorium.
Yeah, probably a good idea. And if we do see any scarecrow wandering about, we can take care of the problem on the way.
Seems
Very
like a plan.
valid. Very valid. And as for this Suto asshole, we'll get him soon enough.
Oh, he's gonna get his due.
I'm not doing you on that one, big boy.
Alright.
I want to be the one that kills.
Gonna have a competition on that one. Alright, so you're gonna just set out straight there, just like, screw it. It's probably like 2 in the afternoon, I believe. Just gonna immediately turn around, like, back out the door, let's go!
How far is it to there?
Shit, how far is it? That's an excellent question, and it deserves an answer. Give me one moment.
Yay!
I want to go buy some rope before we leave.
Rope?
Rope is always handy.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's probably about 5 hours out. 5 hours? No, roads. I keep forgetting roads. Thinking you're going through woods and shit, and it takes time. But I mean, roads reduce that. It's probably about 3.5 hours.
Oh, we can get
Oh,
there.
so
back
we
in.
could easily make it.
Yeah, you can get there before dark.
Yeah.
And he dies of a stroke right time we walk in the door.
No! 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 Don't even.
All right.
No. Could we maybe?
Okay. Could you possibly pick some up from some of Belia's people? I'm sure they're liable to have some ready to go. And it's on the way out.
I want some really nice rope. I don't want your average run-of-the-mill stuff. I mean,
I'd really like to go by there so that I can get some more of that banana bread before we hit the road.
oh, we can do that if that's what you really want to do. But Belia, do your people
Thank you.
have rope that can support up to 400 pounds of bugbear meat?
They have silk
Now you're
rope.
doubting the quality of
Hey.
Belia's family's work?
I never said it was their work.
That's what you
Fine
implied. You said
artisans.
it's good enough rope.
Do they have horses?
Anyway, you said you were willing to go, so let's go. I'm sure they have what you need.
Oh, by the way, it's been a little bit. Lurley, let me get that other will save for me real quick.
Thank God! Please, please, please.
Angry. Get angry.
Oh, it won't get better.
Oh, wait, no. Was that the correct one?
It only gets worse.
Yeah, that was it. That was the save.
Will save.
You're still mad, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be getting any worse today.
Just kind of
You're still
average battle. Average battle.
Yeah.
Okay. Still got to get triggered. Okay.
It's only gonna
Come
get
on,
worse.
then.
He's
you,
getting
look,
water.
you look up and I'm like already walking. I'm like 20 feet away from you. Like,
She just says it.
Just like a
anyway.
man to walk away from an argument until it isn't even finished. And she just
I'm not a
marches off.
man. I'm a bugbear. Big difference.
She just keeps walking. And sorry, Aaron.
Are there any horses?
So you could travel faster. A novel idea.
We can ask.
Wait.
So Grandma's actually not there at the moment. Wait, where the hell?
Oh,
Yeah.
what are the odds that somebody nearby would have grandma's bread that I could buy from them?
The guy in charge is Rin, R-I-N. Balir, you know him. He's an older guy. He's probably like mid-50s. He's a half elf. He's really short for a half elf, like probably 5'6", 5'5", but he's real stocky. He's ripped
He's
as
a
shit.
bulky runner.
Yeah, he's bulky. This dude lifts.
Rip.
Yeah, he's a ripped, short half elf. And he's like,
He's got the Williams syndrome.
nah, he's comfortable with himself. He's like, he looks like looks like he's in his 50s, and he's like half elf, so he's getting up there.
He'll be alright.
Balir!
Ren, I have a favor to ask of you.
What you need?
Horses or a wagon pulled by horses.
I can do both.
I just need one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a big wagon. I can gesture to Arkrag's massive, like, hulking size.
How about a couple of mules?
Mules are sturdy. I like that.
They're strong
And-
mules. They gotta be strong to pull that guy around.
You gotta have that banana bread.
Oh yeah. He heads back into his little tent and comes back out, and he's like, "This was for you guys." It's like a whole little bag of it. And like,
She knows. She always knows.
yeah, she said you'd probably be back.
My mood immediately brightens.
I think it's the only thing keeping Lurley from going into insanity. Randall Thor style, wanting to destroy the world, is banana bread.
Yes, yes.
I want to get a stick and a piece of string and tie a piece on it and just tangle it over her head.
Are you really doing this?
I want to do this, Lily, but I'm not going to do this. I
think we
might
should
do
do it.
this.
You need anything else? You're borrowing this, by the way, right? You don't need it
yeah.
permanently? Okay, bring it back.
We'll bring it back.
You don't bring it back, I'm gonna have to charge you. You know how it is.
We're just running up to the sanatorium. There's maybe get a lead on this these killings.
Don't head too far to the west. You know what's out there.
What's out there?
The misgivings. Don't go out there.
Oh yeah. I
So
know.
what?
Misgivings. Old haunted mansion?
Manor.
Yeah. Balir knows. He'll tell you on the way. Let me get your mules for you.
A haunted mansion.
Supposedly.
Daunting and fun at the same time.
Forget about it.
It's the
Forget
old
about
Foxglove
it.
Manor.
Old Foxglove Manor.
Yeah. Nobody ever really lived there, but you know, people are dead.
Why did they call
They
it
killed themselves.
Foxglove Manor?
Because they did live in it. Until, you know, they killed themselves.
A foxglove like our foxglove?
Oh yeah, he didn't grow up there.
Maybe we need to check that place out on the way back too. That sounds fun.
Indeed.
Remember, that's to the west, farms to the east, so there's 2 different directions.
We said after we get back.
Okay.
Maybe a nice. We'll go there in the morning on a really sunny day.
We're already falling in the rabbit hole.
Just briefly
Really
mentioned.
No.
Just brief. Don't go to the
We're just
west.
we're just making plans for the next rabbit hole.
How far away is it? I'm just curious. How many miles? Roughly.
I've never been there. I
Meters.
stay away from it.
But you know of it, that means you know basically where it's at.
Halfway to Magnamar. Pretty far away.
Thanks, God.
You're welcome. Eat your bread.
Oh my God.
Is it a meta pigeon when it's the DM that does it?
So,
Yes.
maybe at some point when we do visit that place, we could clear it out and I could move a small contingent of my people in and we could have an outpost between here and Magnamar.
People probably wouldn't bother anything that lived there. They just gotta put up some spooky curtains.
Sounds good. Let's go to the sanatorium, but I do need. Do y'all have some rope?
What kind of
Silk
rope? Silk rope.
Really
Yeah, we got plenty of silk rope. How much you need?
Oh,
A lot.
50 feet, 100 feet, something like that.
All right, I'll throw it on the wagon. I can throw you 100 feet in here. Because once again, I'm loaning you this unless you want to buy it.
I pull out a platinum and ping,
He
flick it to her.
bloop, takes it. All right, it's yours.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna roll it up and I'm gonna put it on my backpack like on one of the hooks.
Okay. Anybody else got anything? Walner?
Dude,
What does Walner look like?
that's a good question.
I think he described
I'm a
himself.
big, swole, Viking-looking man with a sexy-ass physique.
All right,
Now,
give
is
us a
it-
little bit more description than that.
Some
Is
people
it
think
just
Yes,
his ass that's a
please.
sexy physique, or is it just?
No, I'm a big, swole, 300 pounds, 6'7" man.
What color's your hair? What color your eyes?
I'm bald.
Oh, okay.
Completely
Fair
bald,
enough.
no
Completely
eyebrows.
bald. Shiny bald. Like Mr.
He
Clean
is
bald.
Mr. That's what I was about to say. He is Mr. Clean.
With
do
a
you
beard.
look like a war boy?
With a beard.
Do you look like a war boy
Mad
from
Max.
Mad Max? Shine!
Yeah, the Chrome guys.
Chrome guys.
Too shiny.
Damn it. Today is a good day.
Before we go in, I just...
I mean, that would work. That's rage right there.
Yeah.
Just huffs paint and goes and murders people.
Witness me.
All right,
Yes.
we're getting distracted. We're going down a different rabbit hole altogether. We're just gonna start talking about Mad Max. I'm all about talking about Mad Max. Let's do that on the podcast, though.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Walner doesn't have anything to do. What clothes are you wearing, Walner? Give us some more description than the sexy bald man.
He's completely naked.
I don't have a shirt on.
No, he was naked, but he got his stuff back. Remember?
He was
I don't have a
naked.
shirt on. Oh no, I have that vest. Or the
Your breastplate
what
on.
was it? The breastplate?
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I just
got-
have a breastplate on
You're
and
right.
a kilt.
That's it.
That's it.
No
That has a
shit.
No
shape.
shoes.
And like Jerusalem cruisers.
Right.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Oddly enough, not out of place in Pathfinder by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
All right.
Hard.
All right. So we're gonna be on the way to the sanatorium. Then, unless anybody has anything else they want, you got your banana bread, got your wagon and mules. Everybody's.
We've got plenty of water, right?
You are going next to a river.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, by the way, one of the small rivers. You guys would have figured this out at some point. It's actually named Foxglove River. It's one of the smaller ones. Foxglove Manor's next to it, but I mean, it's just his family's been in the area, and that's kind of, you know, it's just a fun fact. Because I found that out today.
Ooh. With my history knowledge, or my knowledge history, would I know how long the foxgloves have been?
Sure, roll it. Let me...
Ooh.
All right. More than you think, but less than you'd hope. They've been in there probably about 7 or 8 generations.
Okay.
It's a fair amount of time.
Definitely not Thessalonian.
No, they're not. They're not ancient. They're humans, and they've just been around for a little bit. You do also know that they God, there was a branch of the family in Corvosa, and then you know the obvious stuff that Aldurin moved to Magnamar, because I mean you literally know the guy personally. So yeah, he lives in Magnamar. With that check, you also know that he has been interested in renovating that house, the mansion, but he can't find anybody to fucking do it. Yeah, he can't find anybody to do it. He wants to take back his family's manor, but he can't do it because no one will go work in the manor. Which probably makes sense on why he was trying to get a thing in Sandpoint, so then he would have a place in Sandpoint and Magnamar, and then he'd have double the productivity because he'd have his mansion right between them. Could be a good business plan. Or it could be a terrible plan because it's a haunted mansion. Alright. Anybody else got any questions? Concerns? Comments?
The guy that you said ran the sanatorium, what was the last name?
Habe. H-A-B-E.
Habe. Okay.
Habe.
I got the Aaron, but not Habe. Okay, thank you, sir.
Habe. Alright. Yeah, like I said, about 3.5 hours, but I mean, you guys have got a wagon now, so it's 3 hours. You cut a little bit of your trip out there. It's a nice, consistent.
We have 2 mule power.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, our Crag's just kind of bouncing around. He's not very graceful sitting there in that wagon.
This is really uncomfortable.
It's better than walking.
I don't know where I am.
Well, not all of us have those long legs that you have. It takes a bit more of a toll on some of us.
Not me.
Have you ever seen Buckman?
Or Walner.
Let's imagine Walner's running. Like Naruto running.
Gotta stay in shape.
Have you ever seen or had to treat bugbear hemorrhoids before?
Thankfully, no. And I don't plan to.
You may need to. This is over.
Literally becomes more and more like back away.
Alright. So, if anybody's in chat, who here is now shipping Lurley and Arkrag? With their married couple arguing. Alright, after the few hours go by, you notice the building off of it. It's 3 stories, and it actually looks kind of nice. It's nothing fancy. Aaron Habe used his life savings to build this place so he could get away and treat people, because that's kind of what his whole deal was. He was, I guess you guys don't really know specifically who he is, but I mean, that's what the sheriff's assistant told you. Wasn't really a deputy, was one of the secretary people. But basically, he built that because he studied the human mind, or I guess humanoid minds, and he made that place to help people and as well as to keep his research going. So you get to help people and you get to learn stuff. Everybody wins, right? But like I said, the building's relatively nice. It's 3 stories. Pretty bog standard. Like he did not go for any bells or whistles. This is a very plain, boring building with a sturdy wooden door on the front of it.
Did you know that centuries ago in Absalom, mental physicians, they believed that madness resided in the teeth. They would pull your teeth out to see if they could cure your insanity.
That seems quite barbaric.
I was better off not knowing that. Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna go snatch the door open.
It is unlocked.
Who are we looking for?
as our Craig's explaining this, Walner has walked off and opened the door and immediately yells, "Who are we looking for?"
Barbaric case.
Lurley hops down from the wagon, and I go through the door as Walnir's like got it pulled open, and I pat him on the arm, and I was like,
That was quite the entrance. Thanks for getting the door.
and I make my way. Is there any kind of desk or station? that
This
appears
room,
to be official.
this room here, you take a step in, the floorboards they're really, really creaky. But there's a second door on the inside. This is like an interior thing. There's like some coat hangers. It looks like this is where you come in and put the stuff up. And there's another door on the inside. And
Then I would
yep.
continue. Then I would continue forward. And if you want to let the others catch up or whatever, that's cool.
Yep. So Lurley and Walner are going in the door. Arkrag nurses his hemorrhoids, and what are you two actually doing?
I'm walking to the door, rubbing my backside as I go.
Okay, just walk in. Yeah. You walk through the second door, which is also unlocked, and you come into this room. Like there's a little table in the middle, and then you see like a desk, and written in common it just says "Rain for Service," and there's this little thing dangling down, little string thing going down. Ding!
I'm gonna snatch it.
Ding!
Is the note harmonious at all?
When he snatches like that, no.
Accurate. Don't do that.
Like all musical instruments, you must caress it. Can I roll for bells?
Sure. Give me a perform bell. Ding 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 ding.
Hold on. Here's my perform. There we go. Okay, so the closest that I have to that is percussion, so we'll
Yeah, close
put
enough.
that in the
That's good
percussion
enough.
group.
It's significantly better than what he did. With a 12, it's still better. Ding
Still seems out of tune.
Ding-a-ling.
Oh no.
Where are
Alright.
these people?
About another 30 seconds goes by, and this don't have a handout for him because it doesn't really matter. But this guy with a purple turban comes in. He's like, "Yeah, that's enough. You can stop ringing." Well, who are you, and what do you want? Are you crazy?
Oh,
Are you sick?
hello.
That's a good
No,
question.
sir. Well,
He leans
He
over
may be
the
sick.
the counter to look at you.
we're mainly here to inquire some information and to visit someone if possible.
Okay, who are you looking for? What?
Well,
I don't
the
really have.
questions that we have are from, and the person we'd like to visit is actually a patient here by the name of Grace.
Grace Seville. Yeah, he's here, but we're kind of busy here, and he's not in exactly the talking shape, so I can't really let you get in to see him. It's not something that I can just let you in and walk
A
around.
properly run sanatorium. I cannot see having such problems going on like this unless there was some kind of situation.
No, there's
You
no
perhaps need some
there's
strength to help
there's no
handle it.
situation. I just don't want you running around poking at people like it's a
I'm going
circus.
straight Batman
I'm not
voice. Where is he?
whisking.
Intimidate.
No.
That is no
We
reason.
know where he is.
He just immediately goes grabs him. Get over here. Roll your intimidate.
Pull him across the counter.
Roll-
I'm pulling him across the counter. Where's he?
Oh
at?
God! I was kidding.
No. I ain't got time to play games. This man's dying.
Oh no.
I don't know if I should attempt to control Walnir or the guy.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm just giving him a
Well,
start.
give me intimidate then. Come on.
Oh,
Can I roll a counter diplomacy, and if it's high enough, dude man calm to be able to talk Walnir down?
You're gonna have to talk Walnir down in character. I mean, you can roll your
I'm
diplomacy.
asking,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
can roll.
asking if you'll allow that.
You can.
Oh,
Yeah.
Um,
Just grab him by the shirt. Yank him. Oh God!
Walnir, I just damn it. that you want your answers, but there's a way to go about it. You're joking me.
This man's taking
Please
too long.
stop.
This man is taking too long. We
He
are trying
literally
to find
just
the
walked
sick
in the
man.
room.
Boy,
I can't.
In the room.
You're gonna get sick if he's sick. You can't just go around poking people. It doesn't work like that.
So you have something that is contagious.
He does. What, did you miss that part that he was sick? I assume you know his name. You know why he's here.
Well, how do you get in the same room with him?
I don't go in the same room with him right now.
Perhaps if you just take us to Mr. Aaron Habe, he can perhaps handle
I
it.
am Aaron Habe.
Then in that case, sir, you need to tell us in what way for looking into the thing that is causing
Let
this
go of
and
my
that.
shirt.
Please, Walter, let's go
I
with the
reach
man.
over
He
and
can
grab
answer his
Walner's
restraint.
arm and just kind of like,
Put him down.
Thank you. What? She's sick too.
Sometimes,
Yes.
yeah.
jeez.
But I'm a trooper. I'm fighting through it.
He has some sort of sickness. Whatever attacked him, bit him, and gave him something. He's
mean
very
ghoul?
sick. Yes, probably ghoul fever is what it looks like, but I'm not.
Was it cool?
Then it's ghoul fever. It looks like ghoul fever.
I think he was attacked by a ghast.
Oh, was it a ghast?
A ghast is
It
a
was
better
gas that we
ghoul.
fought, but it's the type of ghoul.
A ghast is a type of ghoul.
creature.
Yes.
In that case, it is pertinent that we get there quickly, so that we can speak to him before he
I can't.
loses his
I don't know you people. You have not even introduced
Sir.
yourself, and you want to go in and talk to my patients. I'm not going to let anybody
We
just
were
walk in.
sent Here. We were sent here by shit.
Sheriff
I literally
Hemlock.
just forgot the name of the town.
Sheriff Hemlock.
Thank you.
Sent us
We were
here
sent here
from
by
Sandport.
Sheriff Hemlock to fix this situation and find out.
Anybody
because
could
it
just
may
say his
spread.
name. Of course. I was sent by Sheriff Hemlock to tell you
No,
not to
Mia.
come here.
We tried to do it the proper way. He is being intolerable. Use your
This
vote.
is
Use
my
your
home.
relate
This
charges
is
over
my
the-
home.
I'm pulling him across the counter.
I'm through the door.
I intimidated again.
He hits a fuck. He reaches under the counter as you're yanking him over, and you hear another ding. You're on the Arkrag. And fucking Billy are just sitting there looking. Like, oh god. Lurley.
Yes.
Metapigeon. You know you have a letter that literally is written by the sheriff that says we're here to talk to this guy, right?
No, in her anger, she's completely
Okay,
forgot
all right.
about
I was
that.
just making sure that you knew.
We doing this in nice
Yeah,
way.
no, I've got it there. I've actually got it on the
Okay.
thing there, but yeah, no.
You're
She
not.
tried to be logical. Nope.
No, you didn't. She tried her halfway to be logical. She didn't even introduce herself. She didn't give her name at all.
She tried to. He wanted to yell and scream at her. She said, fuck it.
We'll try to do the logical way after he gets yanked over the counter. Yeah.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
I got him over the counter.
Yeah, you got him over the counter, and he's intimidated, but
Oh, where is he?
he's in his cell.
Show me where his cell is.
You know, we came here with the implicit purpose to do this. We've tried to introduce ourselves. You don't even want to hear it. You say, "Who are you?" But then you don't let us speak. Instead, you just want to say, "We can't do
You
this,
came
can't do
in
that,"
here
without
and
even
immediately grabbed me by my shirt.
I-
You started
No,
this
he
shit
did.
first. You're with him.
More, he's with us.
I'm gonna
but
start pushing him back
sort
towards
of.
the door.
He's going here.
Now
He's-
there, please calm down. Calm down. As we were saying, we are here on behalf of the sheriff. In fact, if you'd slow your roll, fine. Here.
He takes a
Whatever
letter.
happened to-
Give me another
whatever
diplomacy
happened to
check.
Trust.
It's like, you should have led with this instead of grabbing my shirt and yanking me over the
He's
counter.
still learning people. He's been through trauma as well.
Maybe you shouldn't evolve into shouting as soon as, like, especially when you have this. It's like, fine, you can meet him. Why didn't you just show me this to begin with instead of trying to yell over me? Just hand it to me.
because certain people don't know how to behave.
You!
And she just says, "Can we go now?"
Please.
You have to, you know what? Give me a minute. Stay out here. He leaps back over the counter and goes back. Sit at the table. I'll let you know when you can come back. And he goes and he slams the door.
Arkwright's just standing over against the wall, propped up, one like with his legs crossed, just shaking his head at the whole scene.
Everybody give
None of you are a people person, are you?
Huh?
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I need to write something down that was very relevant. What just happened? So I need to write this down.
Long hair? You should probably need to let us talk. Let us talk from now on.
I'm here to get things done.
If we need somebody to
In
grab
due
somebody
time.
and scream at them, we'll let
Oh,
you.
I never screamed.
He talked
Oh, I
calmly.
screamed once.
Lurley's the one that screamed. Oh yeah, you did scream. You screamed under
I
the
did
Batman
say
voice.
where is it?
And then Lurley started to scream. Okay.
Situation escalated very quickly.
He's not back
Yeah.
in 3 minutes. I'm gonna break his bill.
Just break it on the way out.
Okay.
10 minutes go by. And then this dude finally comes back. He's like, head around down the hall. And I'll meet you over there. And he points you just to a door on the left.
Yeah.
Alright.
We thank you.
Took him
For your
10 minutes to
efforts.
figure that out.
Personally, I appreciate the timely response. You're a great man. Ignore our strange friend there who yelled at you.
Which one?
Yes.
He's kind of new to the group.
Oh.
He leads you down the hallway. And eventually he gets like to the very end. There's a cell. And he's like, he's barely lucid. You're probably not going to get much out of him. Do you all want to go in at once, or do you want to go in one at a time? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna stand in the hallway so I don't risk killing him. Trying to get information.
That's a good call.
Yeah, everybody give me perception checks, by the way. Jesus. Jesus! Jesus! What the hell's happening? Alright, so that's pretty much everybody, right? Gets that? No, we didn't get our Crags yet for whatever reason. No, it's not showing up. There it is. Literally every single one of you notices the two tieflings that are trailing behind you. Like they're trying to be a little sneaky. One of them has like a broom and he's like
But
But
you
you-
what?
So they look more like
Tieflings.
workers as opposed to
yeah, there one
patients.
guy clearly has like a broom and is sweeping up. And it's also with those perception checks, you know that Aaron obviously sees them as well, and he's not. Nothing goes off in his head. Like he sees you see them and doesn't give any response. So I mean,
Interesting staff they have here.
Custodial.
I just kind of keep walking.
We're probably tracking in a lot of dirt.
Lele looks at her boots, and depending on how dirty they are, if they look very dirty, she'll be like, "Oh shit!" If they look slightly dirty, she'd be like,
We at least took the wagon.
High or
Not
low?
that bad.
Too
we'll
low.
go high, always high.
you got it. Okay, yeah, your boots aren't dirty at all.
Okay, cool. She'll shrug.
I don't know about dirt. Some people, if you knock your feet off right, it doesn't really come in this with you.
So you said I did notice, right?
Yeah, you notice them. They're not being
I'm
super.
gonna turn around.
They look at you.
What are you little things doing?
Cleaning. What are you doing?
It just feels like you're, following me around.
We are following you around
Why?
because you grabbed and threatened our boss. So we're making sure everything's all right.
your boss here?
You're standing right next to him.
Oh, he's walking with us. I thought it was just us.
Are we
No.
able to hear this?
I thought
Yeah,
I
he's
thought he
standing- you're
directed us down.
No, he's
walking
with
with
you.
us.
He's got the key, getting ready to open the door, asking who wants to go in and how you want to do it. And you turn around. Where's your boss at? Oh wait, that's what a 9 intelligence will do for you, or a 10, whatever it is.
Well, I'm gonna just stand out in the hallway and watch those two.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of what's that? Cool fever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he possibly restrained within this room?
Oh yeah, he's in a straitjacket.
Very well. So, in that case, you shouldn't have to worry about the ghoul fever, so long as you don't make contact.
Don't let him bite
Just being
you.
in the room, able to hear. Yeah, don't let him bite you, scratch you, claw you. Don't get in any of his blood or spat.
He's gonna spit in your face. Out of character.
So walking.
So,
So I guess the three of us
Okay. Well,
going in.
The 3 of you are gonna go in. He opens up the door. Who goes in first?
I'll walk
I would
in.
definitely let one of the bigger people go.
All right.
I'll walk in first.
All right.
And cast detect magic as I walk in.
Okay.
I'll just think about
You see this pretty tall, gaunt man just sitting in the corner. His skin is all milky. His eyes are like almost completely white, like all the color in him is just completely going away, and he's just sitting in the corner. And his mouth is like really wide open, and he turns to look at you, and he's like, "It's you."
Yes. How do you know me?
He said you'd visit me.
Do you know
He's-
him too? And I pointed at Belir and they're like,
No, his lordship told me you'd be here. He's got a place for you.
who's your lordship?
He looks confused at that question, and he's like, the lordship. He's got a precious place. I'm so jealous of you. It's such a fancy place. He said, no matter what, I had to remember to give you a message. But it's starting to fade away. He said, 1 second.
what's an odd message? 1 second.
Sorry, I had
He
to.
just kind of hunches into the straitjacket.
Okay, don't slam it. Don't slam it. Good night, buddy.
That's funny.
Sorry, very bad timing. But he's like, and the message. He said, what was it? He said, you should come to the misgivings. The pack's there waiting for you. They have something for you to show you.
The packs.
The pack.
You see, it would have been a good idea to go there to begin with, now wouldn't it, Belir?
No.
He
I
falls.
still don't want to go there.
He falls forward.
I just say
He
we
talks
might
about it
want
and he
to burn
dies.
this thing because he's now dead, which means he's soon going to be
He gets up and runs straight at Arkrag like his arms. All right.
I have no combat skill.
Arkrag, what would be your immediate reaction to that? Did you turn to talk or not after he died? It was about 1 round, so about 6 seconds after he.
No, I was kind of staring at him, and I was debating on what to do.
Okay. So you see him look at you and run, coming at you.
I guess my immediate reaction, like they're talking about him turning into a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
I'd reach out and chill touch, just as he gets to me.
Okay. I'll let you do that first. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that first before you roll initiative. 'Cause that makes him run in fear, right? If he fails to save.
It's a touch attack. 1d6 necrotic strength. If you use it against an undead creature, they take no damage, but they must make a will save or flee as if panicked for 1d4 plus 1 round per caster level. So that would be 1d4 plus 5 rounds if he failed.
Okay. So a touch attack, and then I get to roll the save if you make it, and you.
DC
So
15.
Okay, more your touch attack. I hope you can hit the guy in the straight jacket. With
I
no.
hope so too.
Ooh.
What is
Damn.
Where's my damn macro? Oh, let's see if we got the macro. Ah, screw it. I'll just roll my.
Oh, you were red for a second.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
my.
some reason
You
my
hit him.
Discord totally froze. I
You
don't know what happened.
you hit him, but he saves.
Oh god. Okay, that's cool.
1d4 plus 5. Yeah, I rolled exceptionally well on that.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're gonna roll initiative then. I will say you guys are basically standing in the doorway though.
I'm in the hallway.
Oh yeah, you're in the hallway.
Don't have a token to select.
You should be on the Sandpoint screen, right? Because if you go to the bottom, you should be there, unless I moved it off again, which is very possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you're on there. That's just so we can do initiative there.
Didn't take.
Weird. All right, I'll add it manually. I don't know what's going on. There's all sorts of issues.
Of course,
Kinda
the one
surprised.
time it works for me, it's broken for everyone else.
Gooly gooly.
I think that's the right fucking attack roll. There's 3 plus my intelligence. So
There we go.
Gooly gooly.
Or no, it's melee. So that's still 7.
You still hit. His touch AC is pathetic. He is not a particularly terrifying thing to fight. He's kind of, he's a man.
Basic.
He's a man in a damn straitjacket.
Who just happens to be undead.
He's basically just me headbutting people. Oh,
Right.
give me a heal check, Lurley, since you have heal.
Okay.
Oh, Arcrag, you detect no magic in this room.
Actually, I do not have heal.
I have heal.
Okay,
It's not
that's
a
I got
skill,
confused. Okay,
It's John. Yeah.
Balir, you roll heal then.
Belial.
He ain't dead. I mean, he's not undead.
But
What I had
he's
was
still
the
alive.
Yeah, he's still
Don't kill him.
He's still well alive.
He's not undead, then I would have done damage.
Oh yeah, you would have done. I'm sorry. I'm just completely stupid. I got so wrapped up in the ghoul fever thing. So you dealt damage. You hit him and you need to roll damage. He didn't need to make the save.
He's obliterating him in one hit. This is gonna be bad.
Okay, so it would have been a fortitude save to not take strength damage. So.
Okay. Guys, go ahead and roll damage. Oh, dude. He's actually good at fortitude, right? No, he's not. Well, he's
I'm disappointed.
3
Still
necrotic.
takes 3 necrotic.
Yep, 3 necrotic damage. It's kind of ice freezes on him. He staggers back a second. He's like, what the hell was that? Ah! He's just a crazy guy. All right.
Oh, okay.
That is.
Get out.
Did you roll? Oh, you're outside in the hallway. You ain't. Are you even gonna roll initiative? Or you're not gonna try to join? Yeah, you can hear what's going on. You can hear. Ah!
I'm just gonna look at the owner's eyes, and that'll tell me if I need to go in or not. I'm assuming he's standing in the doorway.
Oh! He makes that exact face. Oh!
What is it?
He's attacking! No, the two tieflings like put down their stuff and start running. You see, they pull out blackjacks. Everybody is. You guys rolled amazing on perception. You can see everything, but damn, you don't know shit. You can't do anything in combat.
See him, he's right there. He's coming at us. I wish I could react.
Yeah, that's kind of.
The ghoulie rocking everywhere. Runs up and sees you just slam his head into your face. Arkrag. Where is his thing? I'm sorry. Where is this at? I don't even know. Where the fuck did it go? I just had it. There it is.
He probably yeah, he definitely is.
Does a 25 confirm that?
No, not at all.
All right.
27 right AC.
I can't.
10 hull damage with that crit. He just slams. He runs at you and just jumps into your head, slamming it like right into your teeth and your nose.
Like the Luigi on Smash Bros.
He brained himself.
Brain him.
Dang.
That's his entire turn. My master prefers you. He seems extremely pissed at just Arkrag. Like he is paying you 0 mind.
Ugh. God, this seems unusual.
Really crap. There's really not a whole hell of a lot I can do that way. I really wanted magic to be my friend here, and there's not much I can do that way. Not that would. Is he like standing right? Like I'm imagining. Did we all fully get into the room, or is like
Arkrag stepped in a couple of steps, and then the dude immediately locked onto him and started talking. So you could be out, or you could be behind him. It's like I didn't do the map specifically because I didn't expect it to go like this, but then it did. That's where the people just immediately backed up and just shut the door in his face. Like, what the fuck was that?
Okay, so then in that case, what Lirley's going to do, what I'm going to do, as he's charging in and does this attack, I'll pull out my stencil and begin casting. And Shadow Trap comes up around, encapsulating him to try and hold him in place and pause him from this attack.
Alright. So what is that, a will?
It is 1 saving throw, and it is will negates, correct.
A 9! He fails that. So he's pinned in place, right?
Woo!
He's pinned in place, right? That's what it is? He just can't move?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's, he's anchored in place, and he can do a new saving throw, as a full round action on his next turn kind of thing.
Walner, you're up. The 2 tieflings are running up.
You already know what I'm gonna do, brother.
You going in to beat his ass?
I'm going in to beat his ass.
Oh, jeez. Don't. Alright. Poor guy's having the worst life ever.
Well, he headbutted my friend.
You didn't see that. You come in, you see Arkrag fixing his nose real quick.
He doesn't look very...
Oh my god, you're actually fucking attacking him. Oh shit. Alright, Walner pushes past Arkrag and just cuts the dude right in half across the side. Aaron Abe.
No!
What did you do that for? You could have just walked out the room. He was sick. He didn't know what he was doing. Get out of my building. Get out.
Okay.
Get out. All of you, get out right now.
I'm just standing there.
Holy
Just like deadpan.
Get out now, all of you.
Understandable. Turn around and walk out. I was like, we're really going to have to work on your person skills, Walner. You can't just be killing people for the shit of it just because somebody headbutted. I mean, oh my god.
I was picking up for you.
It didn't hurt that bad. I didn't plan on killing the guy.
Oh. What's done is done.
It's just such a foreign concept of not murdering the man.
There's stuff, it's called tackle talk. I mean,
Diplomacy.
very effective in many situations.
I'm just good at killing.
You're gonna have to get better at other stuff then.
Oh,
If you're
yes.
gonna continue traveling with us.
As you guys are heading out the hallway to the door, you open up one door to the main reception area, and another door has opened up, and you see a guy in robes comes out, and he's like, "What is going on out here?"
Guy got ghoul fever.
like
He's
patient
going crazy.
robes
He's
or
going
robe
crazy.
priest
No,
robes?
like wizardly type robes, actually.
Wizardly robes.
Do you still have your detect magic up? I don't remember how long that lasts. Arcraig.
Detect magic, that lasts for... God.
10 minutes? A minute?
I gotta look at my spells.
Uh-oh, my Twitch chat's gone.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
Detect magic lasts for concentration up to 1 minute per level, so that would be 5 minutes.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
I had to made a concentration check when I got damaged too.
You can go ahead and make that if you want to keep it, or unless you're just something you're going to dismiss as you're done. You're fine. You're completely fine.
I'm very curious about this place, and I wasn't expecting to get kicked out so soon, so I'm going to learn all about it as I can.
This guy has got some magical auras about him. He has a couple of magical items on him, and he also has a few effects on him. Some abjuration effects, if you look at him long enough.
I'm not going to tell Walner.
Like he specifically, you
He has
recognize.
magic. Oh, he's going to murder him.
You recognize the aura of mage armor, actually. So this dude, he heard all that shit and came prepared to fight somebody. He thought something was going on.
You, sir, came very well prepared. And I just keep walking.
He looks at us. So what happened? Where are you going? Aaron!
I was told to leave. I'm just walking out the door.
Aaron walks up. They need to leave. Get back. It's fine. They're leaving. He's like,
Literally standing there with
Christ!
their arms crossed, like watching them, like almost like a mother hen making sure that all of her chickens have crossed the road. She's watching as each one goes towards the door, just furious.
I stop.
And
I stop when he asks, and I look at him. I say, "The man with ghoul fever attacked me. My friend mistook his actions as if he was going to murder me or something, and decided to stand up. Chopped him in half, which was a terrible, terrible choice. On
You killed Grace! Why would you do that?
He did. He's kind of new to the party. I'm not 100% sure. We were just trying to ask him some questions, so we got a little bit of information out of him. Now we're leaving, as we were asked, and I start walking in.
Aaron's like, get out! Get out! Get out!
The name's Arcraig, by the way.
I don't give a shit! Get out!
I'm not talking to you.
Get out!
I wish I had silence right now.
Why is it that the bugbear is the nicest out of all of them? And
Personally hurt.
he's completely forgotten you. Do you say that out loud?
No, I was
Okay.
saying, goddamn thing, get out of here.
All right. Anybody who has sense motive can give me a sense motive.
Nope. I ain't got that. My sword does, though.
Nat 20. Lurley, He is thrilled to be rushing you out. He does not seem angry at all. He seems very excited to have an actual excuse that you're all just leaving without arguing. And, yeah.
You know,
Get
your
out!
words compliment everyone's behavior, acting like we were such heathens. Seems to me that you may have some ulterior motives here, for your reaction is not warranted by what happened.
My reaction? You just murdered one of my patients! Get out! I'm gonna report you to the sheriff!
Him and look at the wizard and say, in fact, could I use Knowledge Arcana to try to perceive what type of magic this
If you
person
have
maybe
detect,
does?
if you have detect magic up, yes, you could make a based on what he has. But I mean, you
like,
can't.
I
Just,
couldn't, like,
you can't
based
just
on
look
what
at
he's
some.
wearing and
No,
the
you can't.
symbols and
I
accoutrements?
mean, you can try that, sure.
That's
but
why
I mean,
was
he's
asking,
looking wearing
just
very
kind of
plain robes. He doesn't not anything that stands out.
Okay, well, the only reason why I asked is because you had named specifically like symbols and bags, and so I was
Yeah,
trying to tell
he's
if maybe
there's
that,
nothing complete. He looks completely boring. Like he has no spell book on him or anything like that.
Gotcha.
He's not carrying that
Gotcha.
around with him. You don't see the magical auras, so you don't know what's going on
Okay.
with that.
Fair enough, and that's why I asked. In that case,
Your boss seems quite eager to be rid of us. You seemed quite upset at the death of Christ. What is it that y'all are up to in this place that you seem so upset? This, you talking about going to the sheriff. It's the sheriff himself that sent us here. I suggest that you, sir, cooperate.
The sheriff sent you here to talk to someone, not to murder one of my patients. You just murdered
No.
someone. I'm
We were
going to be
given
reporting it to
authorization
the
act
sheriff.
as needed, and you
I
can
don't
report it.
think murdering patients that don't know what they're doing is covered under that. You could have walked out and shut the door.
He has a great
One
point.
would think so. He does have a valid point.
and she's trying her best to contain her frustration with this because normally, you know, she'd just kind of talk her way through it.
So leave. I will be reporting you to the sheriff. I think he's going to agree with me on that he didn't send you here to murder a patient. That is not something that he was sent you here for.
Argued that point, sir.
If you're not arguing that point, then just leave.
What we are arguing is
I'm
if our
out.
business finished.
Is anyone else still here, or is it just Lurley arguing at this point?
See, no, that's what I'm saying. If they have, like, moved on, then Lurley would definitely follow the group. She wouldn't be happy about it, but she would follow.
Is anybody still here?
Because right now, the only reason she's still there is she thinks they're there at her back.
Everyone is left and Lurley's arguing. He's like, my friends are...
Howdy!
Anybody else still there, or did everyone else leave?
So I walked out.
Walner left, right?
Yeah, he went on out.
Now,
early.
Walner, you left. You left first. You were out. You're like, okay, bye.
He was just like, I was told to leave. Bye.
All right, so Lurley walks out then?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Lurley is out of there. Everybody's out of there. All right.
So we learned a lot in there, and we learned a valuable lesson of what not to do when a prisoner attacks you.
We need to restrain Wellner first and control his tendencies. Somebody needs to be on that. I don't think I'm the one for that. And they're hiding something in there. I'm telling you, he was happy to have us at. It wasn't an anger that we killed anyone. He has something else going on.
You want to go back?
No. How
I'd
about
be happy
no?
if I was him.
I would too.
Ah,
You!
what about me?
You drug him over a counter and screamed in his face and then killed his patient.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You didn't even let us speak. You just attacked.
I'd
We
be
get
upset.
you about fighting, but that's a bit extreme.
What, the crazy
you have
thing that was
no rules
screaming and headbutted our crowd?
Yeah. It didn't hurt that
This entire house is full of crazy people.
I thought he was an
What's the
undead
point?
to begin with. That's the only reason I reacted in the way that I did.
Oh, well.
I mean,
Next
don't
time.
get me wrong. We're not trying to belittle you. We're just saying perhaps there's another path you can choose to walk as well.
We need to make a code for this one here. Something like code
Yes.
red, come in swinging. Code yellow, stand there and look intimidating. What code red don't do
Yes.
anything.
Code green, chill.
No, that would code green is attack.
I thought that was red for danger.
Red is a very aggressive color.
Now I'm confused.
You'll have to decide on these symbols because you're confusing me, and how is he gonna understand it if I'm confused?
We'll come up with something somewhere along the way.
How about this? Walnir, you tell us what you need. Think of it as battle commands, so that you know how to react. What would be good things that you think would be great to use?
Code words. I now know that if you're bleeding and get punched in the face, to just stand there and watch.
Well,
No, not
That's
necessarily.
said.
Oh,
let's
wasn't
please
really
continue
believe-
this discussion on the wagon and get the
that's what
hell
we're
away
doing.
from this place.
Night is falling, by the way.
you
That's
don't
fine.
want to look around. I'm telling you.
Are there any kind of windows to this establishment? I know you said it was
on
very
the
plain,
second
but are
on
there
the
windows?
second floor there is windows. There's none on the first floor.
Are there any kind of trees or anything like that?
This
that would
is-
aid
this
any
is-
type of
This is in a clearing.
Observation.
No, this is in a clearing. There's probably about 200 feet back where you got like down the road. That's when there's starting to get trees and stuff. This is in a big clearing.
Okay, dang. And so nowhere to gain a vantage point. Okay.
I mean, there is a roof. It's 3 stories.
No, I'm thinking more like being off and looking in windows at night kind of thing.
What are you
That's
thinking
fine.
about right now? Trying to, like, breaking and entering?
No, I'm telling you, there's something more going on there. There's too many coincidences here, and his behavior it didn't match. I mean, I know that I was upset easily. It happens. I don't mean for it to, but it happens. But his behavior, there was something else. But I think the more important thing is establishing him understanding battle commands and when to do what. And I don't have the patience to do so.
You don't have any patience right now.
Not lately. Not lately.
At which point
Why
she
is
seems
that,
to
you know,
reflexively go to her bag and pull out banana bread and just start like nervously eating it.
Can you think of any reason why you might be having these impulsive, aggressive...
Again, the
Outburst.
important thing is getting him to understand battle commands so that we don't keep having people die.
Well, I think that
So
is
far,
one of the
I've just been a bitch. He's killing people.
one of the important things, and then there's the important aspect of you, so...
I am ignoring them and hardcore focused on banana bread.
I'm looking for scarecrow walkers.
There's none in this area.
Yeah.
He's just like, I see no scarecrows. Boy.
It's nighttime and you're a human. You can't see anything in this. Oh, you're good.
I mean, he's looking. He can look. I see nothing. Why are you shielding
Boy,
your eyes in the dark? It's pitch black.
Banana bread.
I say we at least get a little bit away from here. And we can go make
Well, I
camp
thought we were
somewhere.
already like traveling. Like,
No, you
like
stopped
a
right
wagon
outside
rolling.
the door and are arguing with each other about code words.
Oh, dude, when Belir said the wagon, I totally imagined us. I guess I should have said it. I
Yeah.
imagined us getting on and rolling out.
Oh no, Balir's just sitting in the wagon waiting on you.
Let's
It's
get on the
like,
wagon.
Oh yeah, I thought we were on the wagon too.
no.
Getting on the wagon.
Can we just say we were on?
Sure, you were on the wagon.
Yay!
We'll
Like
move
this
until
wagon.
we start getting a little tired. Then we can just break for camp and then head back to Sandpoint from there.
It's not but a few hours. We'll not continue to Sandpoint and then have a roof over our heads and our beds that we've already paid for.
Well, it's possible too. But we should talk to the sheriff when we get back and let him know about the little incident at the sanatorium before he
Yes,
gives
on the
it
incident,
word
which
of
reminds me.
mouth on that. What?
Command words.
We will come up with a system. Doesn't need to be done. So yeah, I guess we head back to Sandpoint.
All right, through the night. All right.
But you said it takes 3 hours, and
Yep.
then it was just getting to be night.
Yep, it takes about 3 hours, so it'll take a little bit longer once it gets dark, but yeah. You'll,
What, like?
11 o'clock,
Okay, that's fine.
11, 10:30, somewhere around there. It's going to take a little bit longer. So yeah, make it back to Sandpoint, no problem. It's late, though.
Scarecrows?
No, you didn't see it. You didn't go look at where the scarecrows are.
I was just scanning.
You didn't see shit. It's pitch black out. There's like a sliver of a moon, and it's partly cloudy, so a lot of stars are covered up. You're looking around.
I was gonna look anyways.
All right, roll perception. Look for those. Look for those scarecrows that you don't see.
At 20.
He should totally see a scarecrow that he thought was one.
You pass by a farm and you see a scarecrow. It's just.
That's what I was looking for.
There they are.
Do you go investigate, or you just look at it and like?
I see one.
Is it moving?
Oh,
Is it moving? No.
doing normal scarecrow thing.
Code yellow.
Prepare for combat.
Just chill.
Unsheath my sword. Oh, never mind. I put it back.
Be prepared, but chill.
I thought.
So it's red go, green chill.
Red is do nothing. Yellow is prepare, but don't do anything until you've been given the green.
You're actually gonna let him make a judgment call on if it wants it? After the choices he's made thus far?
You have a problem with it?
I mean, you seem to be just as impulsive as she sometimes. And you have
That's saying
a
something.
very weak will when it comes down to certain things. I mean, I've got the scars to prove it.
Alright, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't remember. Let me remind you. And I reach over and I freaking mind link him. You need to make a saving throw, I guess, because you've got that superstitious crap. But if you do fail it, you remember everything from that fight and more.
But from his perspective, so you see yourself murdering yourself. That's gonna fuck with his simple brain so bad.
What do I have to roll?
A will save.
Yeah, you got that superstitious thing.
Yeah, you're super. You get a. I think you get a will's bonus, but I think it's already calculated in there.
You fail.
You now remember the fight with Malfeshnikor, but from Arkrag's point of view. So you see yourself try to murder Arkrag.
Oh my god.
You see what happens. You just run amok.
I almost got you.
Yes, you did.
I was expecting.
like,
Oh my
wondering
god! I look great.
That's what I'm saying. Is
disappointed
I'm
in
wondering
myself.
if he's proud or disappointed in his vision of himself attacking.
I'm disappointed in myself.
I should have killed you.
That's why
Not
I'm
as scary as
disappointed.
I thought I was. You know?
I figured I would have won that fight, you know. Can't win them all. I guess I was double teamed or something. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's just. We're gonna let bygones be bygones on that because that was technically not your fault. But still, we just need to come up with a better system than just running in and killing things just because they sound threatening or look threatening all the time. I look threatening, but nobody's just coming out of town to try to kill the bugbear. So
Well,
I made
sometimes they
friends
do
with
kill
goblins. What?
Nothing.
She is a little testy, and I don't want you chopping her head off just because she snaps at you one time or two.
I keep my cool.
I'm usually quite pleasant to be around, I'll have you know. Very
You are not
entertaining.
pleasant to be around lately.
Agreed. Perhaps
You
the
need
only
to do
solace that I know.
And she goes back, and as she's eating the banana bread, her little lap drum, she's just kind of tapping a simple rhythm softly, like not like super loud, just a light, almost like drumming your fingers on a table kind of thing. And just eating her banana bread.
Can you give me an? Never mind. Thinking out loud here. Thinking a little too early.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I had a brain fart there, and I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's not it." It happens.
Not yet.
All right. Yeah, you guys are in. You make it back to Sandpoint unmolested. The scarecrows did not follow you. So
I saw one though.
you did see one, 100%. Mark that down on the character sheet. Achievements. Saw a scarecrow. Put it down.
It's black dark.
Yep.
Was that a nat 20?
That was a nat 20. Yes. You wasted your nat 20 on seeing a scarecrow in the dark.
Solid.
Scarecrows.
You saw the shit out of that scarecrow, though. Anyway, I assume you're just gonna head back to the Rusty Dragon and just go to bed. It's getting late.
Yeah.
Amiko just waves at you as you go on. You stay in the same rooms. At this point, it's pretty normal. It's been a month.
Okay.
And yep, we'll be the next morning. I need to run to the bathroom real quick. It'll be 1 second. You need to take a break real quick. Do it.
I'm gonna get coffee.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Get some water.
I'm gonna just sit here and stare at the screen.
Stare at the
I'll sit
screen,
here and
make
stare at
you
you,
feel
Aaron. We
uncomfortable.
can have a staring contest, see who blinks first.
Stare straight
Okay,
into the
so
cameras.
close your
and
eyes.
Make the viewers feel uncomfortable.
Close your eyes. Get ready. Get set. Open. You waited to open your eyes. I've already been open longer. The viewers can back me up. Don't blink, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink. You want to blink?
Oh, I blinked. I called it. I blinked. Ah. But like, dude, seriously, you didn't open your eyes when I did. I blame Discord delete. Are they burning now? Mine are watering like crazy.
I'll be right back.
I'm all alone.
Hi, chat. It's just me and you now. So, what shall we talk about?
See if there's actually anybody in chat. See if there was somebody in chat.
What can we do? So, I'm thinking that the sanatorium, that homeboy there is working in cahoots with the Fox Squirrel, and I think they're responsible for some of the necromancy. That's what I think.
Alrighty, I'm back.
And chat knows that now. Welcome back.
Man, that did not go the way I thought it was gonna go.
Me either. At all.
I was really expecting you to just start some serious shit with those people.
I was getting there, but nobody else was game for it, and I didn't want to detour it quite that hardcore, not with what we were already
I
doing.
mean, it wouldn't have been too bad of a detour, but now you'll never know.
No, but that's okay. Well, I wanted to go back, to be quite honest. I wanted to go back, like, after night. He snuck up on me. I wanted to, go back after nightfall, but they wanted to go on. But that's cool. You know, that's the way it goes sometimes.
I think you also recommended pushing forward to Sandpoint, so you had some conflicting. things there.
Well, that was once. No, I pushed forward to Sandpoint once it was obvious that that's what they all wanted to do. It was then let's just go. I'm not camping out if we're not going to be doing that.
Okay.
Get the hell to town.
I want to put it past you to go sneak off on your own, though.
I honestly did contemplate it. But seeing as how my quad sucks and there was no vantage points anywhere and I only saw the one entrance, I wasn't confident that I could get in or serve any real purpose besides causing trouble, and then I'd be alone. That would suck.
Well,
All right.
You can watch the VOD later and see my secret plot of what I think's going on. I told chat. I felt kind of powerful like you. I could tell chat stuff that I didn't know.
Well, actually, let's do that real quick while I'm reading something. What does anybody have suspicions on what's going on? On what the great big bad evil plan is? Because I mean, this could also be in character because you guys are gonna eat breakfast in the morning, passing notes, discussing, figuring out what you guys think's going on. Because I also need to know what you plan on doing today. Because you got 2 options. You actually technically have 3 options. So I guess you have infinite amount of options. You could pack up and leave and go to, I don't know, Absalom and go hang out with them, I guess.
Fair enough.
So yeah, no.
Chair.
Sorry about that. I do need WD-40. Well, I've got it. I just haven't used it.
It sounded like, you know, the little tilty, squeaky things that it's like the cylinder, and when you turn it over, it goes.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
Morning rolls around, and you guys are now eating breakfast at your standard table. That has just kind of become yours now.
I'm going to prepare some spells right quick.
Okay. Yeah. It's your spell preparation stuff is just assumed at this point. You're.
Okay. Fair enough.
No one's Bats and I at anyone screaming Mogix anymore. It is now a staple of the Rusty Dragon to hear that in the morning.
It's like the alarm clock in the morning.
Oh God! Damn, our crack woke me up again. The time is 4 a.m.
Little did we know our Craig is the town rooster. Yeah.
Mogix. All right. So you're sitting at the table. If you want to talk about what you think's going on, I do at least need to know what you're planning on doing for the day. But yeah, you're all eating at the table.
Damn, I've had my mic muted for 3 minutes. I've been
Nice.
Nice.
Who was the guy that I killed at the asylum?
What was his name?
Graced.
Yeah,
Grace.
Well, I mean, I'm asking in game. I had no
Oh,
idea
okay.
who it was.
Oh.
In and out of game.
His name
Oh.
is Graced.
He had a name.
His name was Grace.
He was a survivor from the serial killer, the chopper, the murders we're looking into. He had information that could have helped us to solve what's happening here again. Plaguing this town. You literally just killed the only person that had survived one of these attacks.
Technically, that was yesterday, so he didn't just kill him. It's been a little
But
bit
there
of
was a
time.
lot to be learned.
Even
But-
though he was a crazy,
It's not his fault. He's crazy.
You don't
mindless.
just kill crazy people.
I mean,
Well, could he talk? I mean, he was. Well, I'm gonna go out of character here. He was just
he was
screaming. I thought he was a.
No, he was talking to us.
Yeah, he was talking, and then he just kind of fell over. We thought he died, and became a ghoul, and came chasing after me. But he didn't.
But it was
He was
really
still
him
a
just
human.
charging us.
Or
He was
adult,
still
whatever
just
he
a man.
Oh, I see. I thought he was a ghoul that was gone, and he, even though we wouldn't be able to get anything out of him, like I thought that was what was going on, so that's why I killed him.
Oh yeah, I mean it makes sense.
I think he's saying that in character.
oh yeah.
Have a little bit of a voice.
Oh.
Speak like Kratos.
Only thing I know that Kratos says is "boy."
Just talk with that. Just talk like that then. Hello. Make your hello there. Like Rocky. Hey.
We'll start that here going on. I don't want to repeat all that.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I get where you're coming from, but sometimes you have to let things proceed, and perhaps we were unclear, I don't know, but generally when you're the rear guard, you don't charge to the fore. You trust those companions to defend themselves because that's why they're in the front. They're able to do so.
Unless you're given the green.
Rings go.
Green
So is that
means
what was
go.
decided? Greens go.
Greens go.
Okay. But I know that I've been testy lately, and for that I do apologize. It's getting better. I seem to understand what's going on a bit more, and I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. But that being said, all of that aside, that sanatorium is up to more than they're saying. I promise you, there's something else going on. And then I can't help but to point out a lot of things keep coming up. Foxglove, everything ties back to this man in some way or another, and it bothers me deep down in my soul.
Or it just ties to his family and he has nothing to do with it.
If that be the case, he may have nothing to do with it. But you know as well as I do in any type of family situation, he's at least aware of their actions. He could be a judge to help us predict what their next move may be. Because if he's not part of it, then he's most likely against it.
But
In which case he'd be an aid.
from what I gather, it's not necessarily his family. What we know of is that something is going on at, what was it called again, Valia? The
Just old mansion.
The Misgivings, which is
The
a haunted
Misgivings.
mansion, which is Foxglove Manor on Foxglove River.
calm down. No.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it has anything. If it has Foxglove's name attached to it, it doesn't mean that it has anything to do with him. Foxglove and his family are no longer
Think
around
back.
here.
He was
is
wrapped
the
up in
only
all of
Foxglove.
the things with Suto and his shady dealings. He's led to Vi because of her distraction. She opened her heart. She helped save us. So I'm telling you, he's responsible. His actions throughout have always just been the bell chime. He disappears and bad shit happens. He comes back and he's picking up pieces or, oh, I'm so sorry, or whatever. And then he disappears and the shit hits the fan again. Now we've got the sanatorium that's talking to this. You get this crazy person infested by the ghoul. All of these things keep pointing to your lordship, who happens to be some mysterious thing that's pledging allegiance to you, who took over this goblin tower and you're their supposed king with your people. But all of this also transpired because of who? Freaking Foxglove! Again!
I'm very...
Foxglove! Suto!
From out of character, I'm very curious how you got to the point that Foxglove was the reason that the goblins happened. Because Foxglove was only attacked by the goblins. Like, he was literally in Swallowtail when it happened. He was attacked. I'm
Right.
curious how that
But-
leap happened there.
Okay. Where she's pulling that information happens to be more, not so much from his direct doings of us going to the goblin place, but more so his actions regarding, like, when he left for the hunt and the goblin invasions happening, and how he mysteriously showed back up after Suto had mysteriously disappeared and all the goblin shit had happened. It was more of a matter of timing of, just like she said, you know, it seems every time he's gone, that's when this shit hits the fan. Like, he knows it's coming, he removes himself, shit happens, then he comes back in once it's all safe
Okay,
again.
all right.
Keep
I
up
guess
appearances.
that's an all right. I guess that makes sense then.
He may just be lucky, but
Right, it could be. But
He also
that's
has
the
been gone
logic
for like a month straight now.
But here's the tie there. It's because he went back to the town, and I'll even say it. He went back, you know, to Magnamar. And again, it's when this all fell through. You took over the castle tower, which was, you know, their stronghold for this whole operation.
And if he is tied with Suto, you ran him off, so he's like, shit. You know, that connection's gone. He would that would also put him in a league with Nualia, and he would absolutely know that death and coordinations. So he'd go back to reclaim his losses in Magnamar, distance himself from the thing. I'm telling you, it all ties back, and that sanitarium is linked to them. Somehow, some way, I don't know what it is yet, but the shadows are weaving mysterious webs, and there's too many connections here for it not to be something woven in the dark.
I still don't think he has anything to do with it. I think you're kind of overthinking this here, Sherlock.
Who's Sherlock?
Anybody got any other theories on that?
No.
Indeed, tell me, what the hell do y'all think is happening here?
I don't believe that Foxglove has anything to do with it.
It could be Boulier's family.
It could be. I mean, who knows? But I don't believe that we've met the source of the problem yet. And we won't know until we go check out the misgivings, find out about this pack, see if there's anybody else that we may or may not have encountered yet. Foxglove he's a rich, snooty prick. But I don't think that he has the gumption to pull anything like this off.
I also... Oh, by the way, you're having crepes and fruit. For anyone that cares about Witcher. Grapes. For anyone
I
that cares.
care, and I am okay with this choice. And can I have some hot tea?
It's already there waiting.
I want meat.
Yes.
There's a large plate of sausage just for you. There's somebody sent me something on Discord, didn't? Nope, it was in the other thing. Damn it. All right.
I crack open that really nice bottle of fancy brandy that I have.
Okay.
And I get what's your name? Freaking, I've said it so many times I can't remember it now.
Amico?
Amico to bring us some shot glasses over, an extra one at that. And I pour us each a shot of brandy. And then with the extra one, I just like reach over and pour it out on the ground. No one's for fire.
I hate brandy.
Well,
I'll drink
sorry. Enjoy. Is that you as a person or Belir as a person?
That's Belir.
R. Craig, can I send you a message on Discord and you actually see it? Because I don't want to whisper it on Roll20 because it'll show up. Okay. Give me an intelligence check real quick. As this is something that your character has probably noticed.
Just a flat intelligence.
Yeah, just flat intelligence.
Nat
Pretty
20 is
good.
always nice. Why are you making us waste all of our freaking good rolls?
That's something your
Because
character
it was
would have
in-
noticed. It was not immediately obvious, but this is once again, everybody in this call probably has a intelligence of 10 or 11, while R. Craig has like a 15.
I actually have
18.
intelligence of 14.
Okay, well you don't as a person.
No.
I'm 14 also.
I have a 10.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I get it now.
Oh, God.
I don't get
I don't know what significance this really has. But I just thought of something. So, the Runelords. You know, we've already encountered Erasmus, which was the Runelord of Wrath. And we've encountered, who was the other one? Oh, even Arkark's
What was it?
Erasmus.
It was
Karzog.
Dragon
And he was the Runelord of
Greed.
Greed.
Greed. That's what it was. Greed.
Okay, so everyone who has had the Sahedrons, who has been murdered and had the Sahedrons caught into them, they were all greedy people. So greedy people are being targeted by this more than
That was the other connection.
If that's
Fox
the case,
gloves.
Foxglove is greedy, so he would be a target.
No, remember we were talking about conspiracies the other day. We were talking about how it seemed like these people dying were all being sacrifices to warrant a wrongdoing against them when we thought it was the farmer. The same thing could apply to Foxglove, because weren't those people shippers with them?
No, they worked with the Scarzetti family. Foxglove has nothing
Who
to
was
do
in
with the
cahoots with
Scarzettis
Foxglove?
that we
Check
know
me
of,
on that,
no.
Ray. Wasn't that the case? Wasn't there? There was
No.
because that was the note that I'd had
Scar-
something about.
I don't believe
Okay,
at any
sorry.
point Foxglove had a connection to the Scarnetti family.
No.
Yeah, do not. There was zero connection there, as far as I remember.
Okay, I'll see if I can find the notes of what it was that I was talking about. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not gonna say no because if I gave a note that said that, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. If it was,
And that's
it
fine.
was, it
That's
was,
totally
it
cool.
was probably Foxglove the senior. If that happened, if that was what it was.
And that may have been what it was, in which case it'd be my problem.
Yeah. All right.
But anywho, sorry.
So greedy people being targeted.
So greedy people are being targeted. Who else around Sandpoint is greedy? Do we know of any other greedy souls here? Besides, I'll look over slightly in the direction of she who shall not be named, hiding that which shall not be told.
Do you actually say that? Or just look?
Well, I look at you as I said. Who are the
I look back with an arched brow, like,
You talking about her?
We know what greed gets us. Turns us into little mean bastards. And we get Sahedrons carved into you. It might look stylish on you, do they?
If you say so.
But anyway, who else could possibly be targets here? Maybe we need to stay in the city and kind of set up watch on some prime suspect or prime targets. I mean, unless you want to go to the Misgivings, I'd be willing to go out there and give it a check. We can always come back to the sanatorium. I don't believe that requires our immediate attention.
Well, you do know. I did see Foxglove when we first came back in town.
Oh, really?
When he first came back into town, when he first met you guys again.
Well, yeah, he was here, and then we showed him the body of Vi.
No. When Walnir got back from hanging out with Shalelu.
Oh, you know, okay.
That was specifically when you saw him.
So Foxglove is somewhere around here. Might be good to go check on him. Make sure he's all right.
Make sure his feet don't stink.
Make sure his
He
feet
might
don't
be.
stink. Make sure that he doesn't have any Sahedrons carved into
I'm
himself.
doing a lot of walking.
So am I in a green light?
No.
No.
We have to go over
We're
the
in a
protocols.
solid red at this point.
All right. So what's the plan?
Go
Well,
find Foxglove.
it's not impossible.
All right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh no! Before we find Foxglove, need to go talk to the sheriff immediately. Let him know about what happened at the sanatorium before he hears it from Fuckface.
Oh, you talking about the patient that died and got the fever?
The patient that turned into a ghoul and attacked me.
And we valiantly
That's
defended
the
ourselves.
story.
Yeah.
We
Well,
valiantly.
Well, Walnir
Defended.
valiantly
we
defended his
efficiently defended ourselves.
Oh no!
Efficiently, that is a good word. It's important to choose the correct words. That is very good, Belia. Very good.
I like this. I valiantly defended. Right, I like it.
So yeah, let's go talk to the sheriff first, We can ask him if he's seen Foxglove or know where Foxglove is.
Hell, for all we know, he may be there.
That was supposed to be in character, by the way. I fucked up.
No, you're fine. Yeah, so you guys finish up your meal, head out. Emiko's not back behind the counter this time, but, you know, you don't have to say hello to her every time. And you head to the sheriff's office, and the sheriff is just sitting behind his desk. He's actually able to sit down and fill out some paperwork today. Like, oh, hey, when did you guys get back? I thought you left last night. Last afternoon? Sometime.
Well, there's a little story behind that. Lily, my character, is my Belir. Walner, you just
No.
red, Walner.
Go right ahead. But Leah chose some wise words. Go ahead.
I am.
Well, it seems like our man, he got tore up by that ghoul, and he shouted a few words at us, fell on the ground, stood up, and attacked. We retaliated, and he did not make it.
He was in the process of the change. He was becoming a ghoul.
It was pretty scary. I feared for my life.
You should give that excuse. I fear for my
I
life.
fear for my life.
I had to shoot him 37 times. Alright, you can give me a diplomacy, and I'll give you a +2 on that. Oop. Alright, sheriff is like, kind of figured that since once you mentioned it was a ghoul. I'm sorry to hear that Aaron couldn't fix him though. He's a pretty good doctor.
Speaking of Aaron, it's got off to a bad start, and, well, let's just say we didn't get off on the right foot to begin with. And unfortunately, our defending ourselves from Grace, he took it the wrong way and said that we just murdered him, and that is not the case. We understand that he was upset because harm came to his patient, but truly, we were in danger for our lives and defended ourselves.
Yes, I mean, look at my nose, my beautiful face. It's still swole.
Give me a diplomacy now, Lurley, and I'll give you another +2 on that. And Craig,
So
if you want to roll,
plus my normal.
yeah, +2 plus your normal. Oh, you don't even need to
So
worry about
that'd
it. Yeah, 22. Okay, yeah. He's like, I don't like that she killed him. He was a patient, but with ghoul fever being what it is, I can't really say I blame y'all that much. I don't really know that leaving him alive would have been much better anyway.
He was not far from gone. I can assure you of that.
Well, you haven't done wrong so far. I'll get Aaron's side of the story if he comes in here, but sorry that happened to you, Craig.
It's okay. He seemed to be a pleasant man, not the one that was killed. But, you know, Aaron, did you say his name was?
Yes.
He was a pretty nice chap, but he was rightfully upset over.
Yeah, I'd imagine. He's very defensive of his patients.
But it was no longer a patient once he turned into a ghoul. So we just had to take that upon ourselves. Now, main thing we have come here to talk to you besides this point was we've made a connection that whoever or whatever is killing these people here, have there been any new bodies pop up last night?
Not yet. Not that I've heard of.
We've made a connection that apparently the greedy are those who are being targeted. The Sihedron is being carved into those who are particularly greedy souls, and we're imagining it has something to do with the Runelords, particularly the Runelord of Greed. Have you seen Foxglove around here? And who might be other prime targets if they were targeting specifically greedy folk in this area?
In this area, give me a minute to think on that. Foxglove, he's in town. I believe he was talking. He was talking to. What's the priest's name? Somebody refresh my brain. I'm having a brain fart. Father Z, something with a Z. Xantis. Father Xantis. Yes.
Xantis.
He came to speak with Father Xantis. I think he's visiting Vi's grave or something today. I'm not sure, or he was yesterday. I'm not sure which. I don't really keep track of his comings and goings all that much.
Foxglove was?
Yeah, Foxglove was visiting her.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you do see him, or any of your men see him, let them know he needs to lay low for the most part, and let us know immediately if you do come across him and where he may be.
Okay.
We're gonna go try to find him now.
Yeah, I checked Father's the church, Vi's grave. He wasn't at the Rusty Dragon. He normally stays there.
We didn't see him.
All right. Yeah, that's where I would check. As far as the other greedy people, okay, don't tell anybody I said this, but the Hambleys, there are a bunch of farmers out to the southeast. Supposedly, he kind of skims off the top of. He's kind of over all the little farmers in the area. He takes a little bit more from himself, is what the rumor we've heard. Can't prove anything. And technically, since he's the boss and he sets their wages and everything, it's not technically illegal. But that's what I've heard.
His name is Hamleys.
The Hambley family. The whole family.
Hambley.
Yes, the Hambleys.
Is that where the scarecrows have been spotted? Oh, near the southeast? Wasn't that where you said?
Southeast.
Code talk.
What I was told.
Yes. Yes, then.
Now, when you're given the code red, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't speak. I just don't want you swinging swords at people and grabbing people by the collars and like, where is he? And stuff like that. Just be.
Glad we've clarified that. It was starting to get hard to breathe.
Sheriff Hemlock looks very confused. What the fuck is happening? These are the heroes of Sandpoint. One forgets to breathe.
We are.
By the way, out of character, earlier I didn't know the doctor's name was Aaron. And I kind of thought you were talking about me. Like, Aaron turned around and screamed. I was like,
Nope,
so
nope.
confused.
ERIN.
Mind fuckery.
See what that little mind thing that he
Erin.
does? You know, it just
We'll pronounce it
captures-
Erin from now on. Erin.
Aaron.
Erin.
All right.
That's funny. Erin.
Sheriff's like, yeah, I'll tell the guards. We can put Foxglove in protective custody, I guess, if he wants. I'll offer it to him.
Could be a possibility. The patient did tell us that the gold. What was it called again?
Lordship.
Oh God, the lordship. Yes, there's a pack of ghouls, I imagine, in the old Foxglove mansion. Between
Ooh, don't we? Yeah, nobody goes to the misgivings anymore.
yeah, the misgivings. There we go. Well, apparently somebody does, or something. Something.
Even I avoid that place when we head out. Like, that's just not. That place feels wrong.
Well, we're gonna have to do something about that soon. From what the patient told us, he said that they had a gift for us awaiting there. So I don't know what the hell that means personally.
That sounds like something you want to avoid getting. I don't want that gift. Sounds like they want to make you a ghoul.
The manner that the offer was presented made it sound more like an honorary invitation as opposed to a threat.
To become a ghoul.
That doesn't sound like a good deal. I wouldn't take that.
No, we don't plan on it. If they try to give us that gift, we'll just shove it down the throat. That will be the point where Walnir comes in.
But
for
the
now,
interesting thing is, he also said your lordship, just like the letter from Zuto. Yet another tie to Foxglove. Protective custody is a good idea. That's a good way to keep an eye on him.
Whatever happened to Suto, by the way? Did you guys figure out what was going on? I know Walner said that he was coming out of Magnemar.
He's been seen around.
Something about leading goblins now.
he's the Goblin Lord.
Goblin Lord. He gave himself that name.
You can't give yourself a nickname.
Goblin Lord. He did it.
He should have gave himself a better
Apparently he thinks he
nickname.
can.
It's a terrible name.
Well,
We shall call him.
Clever.
Never would have guessed.
Very clever.
Oh god.
You know, you're more right than you realize. So let's go find Foxglove, and then maybe we'll go ahead to check out the Hamleys soon. See if the walking scarecrows have anything to do with this particular.
that should make you happy, won't it? Scarecrows.
Why? You mean?
Pretty sure if we come across walking scarecrows, it will be a code green. So, yeah, you'll be happy.
I like it.
All right. So you're just looking around for Foxglove. Where are you gonna look? Dog.
Let's go talk to the priest.
I personally
Father Xantis.
would like to visit Vi's grave. Do you mind if I go there? I think I might actually like to go alone.
Sure.
No?
Very well.
You had a better relationship with her than the rest of us, I think, anyway. Well, I don't know. Belia got along quite well with it.
I don't know that I'd say it was better, but she was the first one to remind me of family since I left home. She would have happily been a sister in our home.
Very weird looking Wayang.
That is that.
Literally kind of chuckles trying to imagine Vi in the Wayang scarification and physique and just kind of grins.
I'll meet y'all at the priest, or do you wish to come to her grave?
I mean, I can come pay my respects again, but
Well, I
My
meant
people-
after,
what,
to meet back up. I kinda said I wanted to go to the grave alone.
yes, after we go see Father Xantis, we'll meet you at the grave if that's what you want.
Understood, understood. Very well.
My people tend to let the dead be. We don't. After they've been gone and the respects have been given, we do not go back and stare at a piece of dirt where the body lies.
Generally, we don't either. Once they go back into the dissolution, they're there, and, they're embraced in the shadow, but for some reason, I feel like I should go.
You want to bring this brandy with you and pour one out for your homies.
I don't
Just don't
understand
pour it
this
all out.
concept, and it seems a waste of good brandy. Thank you, but no.
Brandy does us all good.
Literally kind of walks off then.
All right. You guys are going to head to Father's End. So we'll do Lurley since she's on her own. Lurley, you head to the graveyard, and she is in a little crypt type monument thing. She actually they did what you guys asked. They buried her above the ground in a little crypt thing. There's a symbol of Desna on the top of it, and it's Jedivika. Her you see her age. They got her actual full age to go on there. She was like 120 years old, so not like she had a short life.
I would walk up to the crypt and, you know, as she told them, that's not really something that is normal for a Wayang. They generally see death as just kind of the next natural step. It's not necessarily something to be celebrated, but it's not something mourned. You know, they see it as the inevitable path. It's very unusual for them to feel any kind of pull like that. You know, I mean, they would always, you know, remember them in honor and their teachings, but they'd let go. That being said, Lirley I would walk up to her mausoleum and seeing the engravings, reach out and just kind of like trace her name. And when I see her age,
I knew you were older than 32. Funny. Not many thought so. And I don't know why I'm talking to you like this. Maybe it's just because you were the first to actually listen for a long time. Either way, I know that the shadows hold you well. You proved your worth, and I owe you a debt. I'll watch over these fools, and I'm sorry. But I still think Foxglove was part of what happened to you. At the root of all this. If he is, I promise, his soul won't reach the dissolution, for I will shred it.
she smiles and she lays down a little piece of paper and puts a rock on top of it. And on the piece of paper is a very poorly drawn sketch of Vi's tarot or Haro card of death.
All right. I also want to point out that there are several little, there's like flowers and some food and things that are there. Like the townfolk are still coming and bringing stuff to the grave. So she also hadn't forgotten by the.
Noticed that. If she noticed that there had been like tokens left, definitely there would be a smile.
Okay. Now we're going to hard cut to the rest of the group, heading up to Father Xantus. You see another acolyte. This one is a different acolyte this time. He's standing inside. You don't see Father Xantus when you come in. And without even having to look for Father Xantus, you see Foxglove sitting in the church in one of the pews. Just sitting there. He doesn't seem to notice you as you come in. He's like looking up towards the altar, just kind of like sitting there.
As I walk past the acolyte, what is he doing?
He nods at you. He recognized you. He's like, "Hey, R. Craig, you need something? Your nose looks busted. You all right?"
Oh, it's the same acolyte?
No. It's just an acolyte. It's like pretty much everyone in the town knows you. You're the only bugbear, so everyone knows you on a first-name basis, just by reputation only. But, I mean, you've come in and met Father Xantus. You would know at least the faces of the acolytes, if not their names.
Okay.
And you do not recognize this guy's name. You do know his face. You've seen him at least once or twice.
I say been better, been worse. Nose, yeah, it's a little sore right now. I don't really need any assistance with it. I've just come to speak to Foxglove over there.
All right. Well, if you need anything, let me know.
Will do. If you see Learleg, just point her in our direction.
Okay. Hey, guys. Belir. Guy. Hi. He's pointing to Walner. How you doing?
This is Walner.
Oh. Is he with you now?
Yes.
You can speak, Walner.
Yes.
Okay. Does he need anything?
He's an interesting fellow.
Does he need anything though? Is he all right?
Who knows?
He pats you on the shoulder as you walk by, Walner. Good to see you, big guy.
Kind of nod.
All right. Foxglove does notice you eventually as you're coming up, and he looks at you and he waves at you. He looks a little worse for the wear, like he might have been riding hard or something. But I mean, he's older than Foxglove still, just sitting there. Hey guys.
What's up, Foxglove?
Well, I was in town. I'm trying to get people to fix up my manor. Figured I'd stop by and see Vi's grave.
Oh, you're talking about the whatever they call it.
They call it the Misgivings. Yeah, I'm trying to find people that'll go there. No workers will get near the place.
Well, that's probably because it's infested with ghoul.
What? I just heard it was haunted. It was a bunch of rumors. You know, there's ghouls?
Yes, definitely. I think it has something to do with the murders that are going on around here.
Yeah, I heard about that. So what do ghouls in my family home have to do with murders here?
Well, we've come to the conclusion that whatever has done these, at least these last two murders, is a ghast of some sort. We went to the sanatorium and spoke to, what was his name again? Graced. Spoke with Graced. And he says his pack awaits us at the Misgivings, and that they have a gift for us, which we can only imagine is a dire and unpleasant fate.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So they're living... Jesus Christ. I'm just going to have to burn that place down. Build a new one.
Oh, no. You won't have to burn it down.
I mean,
We'll
that
help.
seems like the safest thing to do if it's full of ghouls, right? I mean, it's technically I own it. I mean, you could burn it down if you want.
That sounds so uninventive and not so exciting.
I don't know. It's a big house. Make a big fire.
Alright.
It would save. It'd be honestly. It might be easier to do that and rebuild it than it would be to get somebody to go in and fix it. Have you seen it? How it looks?
No, but I'm sure we can help you at least clear the place out.
That'd be
Make
amazing.
it unhaunted. But
I'm sure if the
Aside from-
heroes of Sandpoint went in there and said it was clear, I could actually get someone to go in and fix the place up.
now these last few murders have had people with psyhedrons similar to this shoulder thing and my shoulder pauldron.
That's the
These
thing
have been
from the
called-
Tower of Verizon, right?
Yes, Verizon. It seems that all of the the victims have had this carved into them, but we came to the conclusion that it seems like only the greedy are being targeted. Those who like to wallow in their riches.
Ew. It's a very specific thing to target.
I mean, the Runelord of Greed, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you say it, but I mean, it's just a very specific thing to target.
I don't know exactly why they're being killed in this way, unless they're trying to raise the Runelord, maybe. But that sounds possible. It sounds ritualistic, and the Runelords were extremely powerful, and they dealt in sin. This particular one in greed, so maybe that has something to do with some sort of ritual deal. But we wanted to make sure that you were all right because I know that you're a snooty ass noble, and even though you are, I kind of enjoy you. You're not too bad of a guy for what you are. But the sheriff will be looking for you.
I don't know that they're gonna be targeting me. I'm pretty much broke, man.
Well, they're living in your manor, and you are a noble. So that was just one of the first things that popped in my head. I was like, who is some rich ass nobleman that could possibly be next on the list? Beside the Bundries. Or the Hundries. What were the names? Archives kind of forgetful, though. He's highly intelligent.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is.
Oh, the farms down to the southeast. They've apparently got some sort of living scarecrow infestation down there from what Walnir tells us.
Oh, well. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if they're going to target me either. Like I said, I'm pretty much broke. I'm trying to get back on my feet, but, you know.
Yes, but just because you're broke doesn't mean you're not greedy.
Do I really seem that greedy? You think people are going to come target me?
Look at your clothing, sir.
What's wrong with my clothes?
I could use some nice clothes.
I don't think I have anything that'll fit you. I have 5 sets of clothes that I swap between.
But they're very, very nice clothes.
They are nice.
You like to keep up the image of a wealthy man.
That doesn't make me greedy, it just makes me proud.
Well, if you feel completely safe that you would not be targeted,
I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna get out of here.
If you die a horrible death,
I won't blame you. I won't come hunt you.
we'll miss you.
Yeah, you tried to warn me. I won't come hunt you. I promise.
Yes, but you're cool, man.
Then
I'll try not to. What was that, Walner?
And then I'll go green.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Hulk out.
Okay, I gotta run to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. Sorry, just like 1 minute.
Quick question, out of character, because y'all may actually know this. Okay, so thinking back, remember, dude man that was Ivan Thorn, father of Rat Girl, right? Remember, he was
father
convinced.
Of Rat Girl was Vin Vendor.
That's right, that was Vin Vendor, and Ivan Thorn was who found the 2 bodies. Okay. So Vin was saying, you know, that he was mad at Parker because he was, you know, banging the daughter, yada yada. Ivan was mad because, you know, the whole thing, we thought, you know, he had the ties, because that's what the whole merchant thing was, is it was something to do with whatever business it is that Foxglove has, and the Scorsese's acts were interfering with Foxglove's possible profits. And that's what I was trying to remember, is what Foxglove's business is.
That's a good question, because I don't remember either. And it's the Scarnettis or Scorsese's? It's not Scorsese.
Something like that. I keep saying the Scorsese's because I immediately go to, you know, the classic mafia families kind of thing.
What was Foxglove's business? What
Foxglove's family business or his business?
His business and his family business.
His family business, he was, he used to be, his family used to be, handled some of the milling in Sandpoint, but most of it was in Magnamar. That's where their thing was. It was textiles and things like that. His main business plan that he had was like an an outpost store that he was going to set up that would equip all the hunters and people heading out into the wilderness. That was his business idea that he was going to set up in Sandpoint.
That's what the connection was with the merchants. It wasn't the mafia family. It was that...
That business failed because of the goblin attack. No one was interested in
Right.
setting it up after the goblin attack happened.
Right, but what I'm saying with that is, where I was going with that was, then I'll figure it out. I'll tell it later. Continue what y'all are doing, because that's more important.
Roll me a perception while you're out there, by the way, Lurley.
Me? Okay.
Yes. All right. Foxglove gets up. He's like, I'm just gonna get out of here. Then I don't really want to be here after dark. Then.
I mean, the sheriff could provide you with safe housing.
I mean, yeah, but I could also just go back to Magnamar, where, you know, there's a shitload of guards.
Savings between here and Magnamar, which is where a pack of ghouls are at.
That's a fair point. I can go the long way.
might be a better idea. How long is the long way?
Actually, yeah, it'd probably take too long. I can come show you the manor if you want. I got a key to get in the door.
That sounds like a terrible idea at the moment. We don't have a plan on dealing with ghouls.
I know we don't, but you want the key? If you're gonna go in at some point, you want it?
I would happily take the key.
And he reaches in this thing, pulls out, puts it back. And there you go.
You draw some map or have one made for us, or Belia, do you know where it's at? I mean,
If you follow the road, towards Magnamar, probably about halfway there, you're gonna see a signpost that says Foxglove Manor. It'll just lead you there. It's probably about half a mile from that signpost.
well,
Not bad.
It's a landmark. It's on a cliff, right overlooking the river.
that's okay. So that won't be too bad to get to.
No.
So yeah, first I think we're gonna head down southeast and investigate this farm stuff. And you take care of yourself, because I don't want to feel guilty for your death because you didn't listen to us.
If I die because of not listening, you can absolve yourself of all guilt. All right. Don't feel bad at all if I die by getting mauled to death by ghouls. You don't have any. You've warned me.
Yes, but my bugbear sensibilities tell me otherwise.
Well, I can't help your bugbear sensibilities. Nice to see you guys. Where's Lirley?
She's out there talking to Vi, I imagine.
Alright. I'll come with you guys. If you're gonna... I assume you're all gonna go out there. Unless you just let it... Unless she's the only one interested in it.
Sure. And now I pull out the bottle of brandy and I hand it to him. One little.
So you told me to drink from the bottle?
Hey,
He takes a swig from the bottle and hands it back to you.
I mean, I took a swig from the bottle earlier anyway. So.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Okay, let's get on Lily.
Alright.
Walk out. Lily!
This hasn't been
Imagine
that...
him just bellowing it down the town street.
It hasn't been that long, so Lurley would still be at the grave, so you guys will be making it there as she's putting her little crudely drawn death thing on there. And you turn and you see them all walking, with Foxglove, by the way.
As I look and see this, I just pat the rock on the card and smile.
Well, look who you happen to find. It's just having a chat with Vi. How are you, Foxglove?
Been better. How are you?
Same.
He looks at Vi's grave and looks very sad.
Can I sense motive?
Sure, go ahead and sense motive.
He's extremely sad.
He is way more sad than he's letting on. He's actually hiding how sad he is.
That's sad.
Yes.
That's pretty sad.
With this insight, Lirley would be not taken aback, but she would definitely, her brain mechanisms and chambers and thought processes would be kind of tick, 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 tick.
Balir, you can give me a perception as you get up here as well. Actually, everybody can. Anybody who's got perception can roll perception. Oh, God.
Not bad. We just see...
Which, oh, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
you're good, you're good.
You were active, go.
We're just seeing everything today. Like, this is all our good roll.
Yes, perceptions. Craig, everyone kind of looks at the grave, and you're the only one that notices, that doesn't seem right. Something's wrong with the lid of that thing. It's off by, like, maybe half a centimeter. Something's off about it.
You guys, you see this? And I like walk over there and point at it, like put my finger right next to it.
Now that he points it out, it looks a little off.
Sounds not right.
Like the top's been shifted?
It looks
That's
like it's
what you
shifted by like
described?
the smallest amount. Yes, like the top of it was shifted just a small, tiny little bit.
Somebody's been tinkering with their grave.
Could have been the wind.
I'd push on it. How heavy does this seem? Like, how difficult does it
It's-
seem that it would be to move
You
this?
can't just you casually doing that is not going to move it. You're gonna have to put in some effort to move this thing.
What does
There's no wind that moved this.
Fox was like, that does look, and he's like looking at it, kind of like, would someone mess with this?
I don't know. What have you been doing, Lele?
I assure you, I've done nothing that would cause this. I'm just as curious. I'm torn between wanting to open it to ensure that she's the same and not wanting to open it for fear that she's not.
I agree. I think Lurley's first idea is right. I think you should move this and make sure she's not all right, but still in there. No one's messing with her.
Straight shit.
Oh, yeah. Red.
Shit, he might cleave it
No.
if you give him that.
Walner,
He, like, busts it open.
Walner just like flexes, like his muscles all bulge, and it slides over.
Right, yellow. Too much.
Start the top slides over, and you look inside, and it is empty.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we're going to end it for this week. Because it's almost 11, so it's going to be the end for the week.
Maybe this
Let
is
me
the
say
gift in
with
which
it-
the pack wants to give us.
Let me say that when it was empty, Lurley would immediately have turned and looked at Foxglove.
Okay, Foxglove, it looks fucking shocked as shit, actually. He's like, oh, fuck.
He's entirely too
Fair
tired
enough.
to have done this.
Fair enough.
That's what he would want us to think.
That's why he suggested opening it.
He actually mind controlled me and got me to open.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not I'm stupid. Too stupid to line it back up perfectly.
Imagine it ending like that. It's like,
Dun, dun, and then the credits start rolling.
right?
All right. Yep.
The stoic. What the fuck have you done?
All right. So that's gonna be it.
Dude, that was awesome.
I know
That
we
was a
didn't.
cool
Yeah, there was
twist.
not a lot of fighting, and the one fighting that was there was over and around with, cleaving. The cleaving. I hope everybody enjoyed the mostly RP, because next session is gonna be a fucking grind. So
Oh,
Practice swing.
are you to hit most things?
yeah, that's pretty insane.
Okay. You hit pretty much everything. Yeah. All right. Remember, next Tuesday we'll be picking up with Tomb of Annihilation again. That is not Arcrag. That is Nick's game that he runs. It's 5th edition. It's Tomb of Annihilation. The Annihilation games. It's going pretty well. We'll have the full party, and it won't be canceled.
Yeah. The only reason it was canceled this week is because one person, Adam, he had some personal things to handle, and Curtis last minute was sick as a dog, so I didn't want to.
And as y'all know, I've been
missing.
sick constantly, so I was happy for the break.
Yep. Okay. Anybody got anything? Okay. First off, does anyone? Okay, Lurley. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that it's Foxglove?
As Lurley, I am at this point at about a 7. She was at about a 9, but his genuine affection and surprise kind of has those chambers tumbling and reconsidering things, but she still has a lot of dots. That 7, solid 7.
All right. What about you, Arcrag? Like, not necessarily on how you think it's him, but do you have any suspects right now, or do you think it's you haven't met him yet?
I would say Suter, if I was going to choose somebody that I knew that I have met.
Yeah, there's no guarantee you have met the person yet. It could seriously just be someone you've never met. So
If it's somebody we've met, I'm gonna say Suto. If it's somebody, otherwise it's somebody that we haven't met. Is my mindset.
How about you, Balir?
Somebody on the next level, like, you know, Pseudo's here. Somebody's got to be giving orders to Pseudo.
Okay.
There's always a bigger fish, to quote Obi-Wan.
That was Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon? Was it Qui-Gon?
That was Qui-Gon, you fool.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
The worst Jedi ever. Alright, Walner, you got any suspicions? In character? You probably have nothing.
I have nothing. I'm just waiting on them to tell me to kill whoever it is.
Alright,
Where's the body?
out of character, do you have anything?
No clue. I don't think we've met the person.
Yeah.
Keep
Unless
in
he
mind
has
that
a-
I've got Suto linked to Foxglove too. There's the tie there.
How's he linked to Foxglove? I'm curious about what your links are. I want to know the thought process there. I'm leaving this in.
Okay.
We're still streaming, by the way. I want this in.
Okay. So here's what's going on. Okay, so how Foxglove links with Suto is, if you remember, after the big thing happened with the father, Suto ran off to Magnamar, and at which point he met Foxglove, because you said that they had interaction there, and Suto lost his ass and went on. But I think that Foxglove and him like met and started their cahoots. Foxglove had, his family had the mill, and he wanted to do the general store. Okay, so Ivan owns the general store, which would be competition. Ivan has a bone to pick with Parker, who happens to work for who? Foxglove.
Vin.
Parker's banging
Vin,
Rat
no,
Girl
Vin
in the
owns
mill.
Vin owns the general
Oh,
store.
Vin. I keep saying Ivan.
Ivan was the
who
victim.
found him.
Ivan was
who found him. I know. I keep saying
Yeah.
the wrong name, but it's Vin who I'm talking about in that position
Yeah.
where I said Ivan. That's
but,
Vin.
but I mean,
Okay.
if he was competition, why wouldn't he be killed?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. Keep in mind that I went through the streams picking out random things for Learlay to believe.
Okay.
And these are the connections she made. So, so Parker works for Foxglove. So that is perfect opportunity for Vin to take out his wrath and ruin the possibility of the general store reopening in the mill, because now this horrible murder's happened in it and all of this kind of thing. So that takes care of the competition, takes care of dude that was banging his daughter, and Foxglove with the Suto connection. They were trying to do that. They were using the goblins as the cover-up threat. And remember, Vin kept talking about how shipments were getting gone and things like that because of the goblin attacks. Foxglove's getting this shit. Suto's the front, acting with the people smuggling. I still think that Belier's family may know some of this shit of what was going on with the shady mercantile repossession stuff. Don't know. But she thinks so, that there's
That
a
is
possible connection there.
I want you to have the
Um,
thing on the walls where you've got like the pins connecting.
You want me to draw
everything?
you a
Yeah.
tree? I will totally
I am-
draw you a tree.
I
Because she
know
has got
what's
this
going.
crazy twisted
I
web
know
going on.
what's going on. I know why people have been targeted and like
Right.
what's happening, and you've still
Right.
confused me. I know exactly what's going on
I
behind the
will
sins,
draw a
and now I
flowchart.
have
I
no
shall
clue
make
what
a
the fuck you're
flowchart.
talking about.
I will make the
I
flowchart
still don't
because
understand how Suto and him are connected now.
It goes through. I promise it does. I'll make the flowchart. I will have it ready.
It has
Um,
got to be a
I
tenuous
will have it ready by
connection.
next stream. I will have it ready by next stream.
Because I
if
will
not
say,
before.
I want to do meta things so bad. Because I mean,
I'll try to have it before, and I'll throw it up in the Discord. So if people want a sneak peek of what Learlay's conspiracy theory is, then you'll have early release in the Discord.
Okay.
Otherwise, you got to wait till the stream.
I want to put something in. I want to say something meta, but I don't. I don't think it'll ruin it. I have dropped. I've been dropping several hints since session 1 about who this is. Not necessarily. It's not someone you've met necessarily. Like, it doesn't have to be that. There have been hints that have been dropped though. Multiple.
As father Xantus. He needs to die.
Okay,
Give
because
me the
see,
green
that's
light.
actually, I'm actually, yeah, me personally, because I'm not familiar with Tomb of Annihilation. I know nothing of this module set.
What? It's Rise of the
so-
Runelords.
Tome of Annihilation.
Sorry, I'm back on that. But Rise of the Runelords too, the same thing applies. I don't know the module set. So there is no chance of meta there on these connections. This is literally my brain going, what the fuck?
This was the part of the Rise of the Runelords I've been most excited about because I wanted you guys to be able to solve it. So I've been putting hints in since like session 1 or 2. They're gone off of the internet forever, but they were there. Trust me. And there
I believe it.
And once the reveal has happened, I've already got this shit downloaded. I'm gonna have a freaking like the Saw theme playing and everything, cutting back and explaining or like showing the clip of me describing something. That was what was the hint was. It's gonna be like the flashback, if you can remember the Saw theme.
Right.
That's great. Very excited for that. I hope there's the one big one that I was hoping wasn't going to ruin everything. No one picked up on it. I was so sad. No one's picked up on it yet. I was very worried.
It's always so disappointing when that
it's not that
happens,
disappointing because I wanted it to be subtle enough that if you ever go back and listen to it again, you're just like, oh, motherfucker.
Right.
He literally told me.
It was right there.
It could not have
Right
been.
there.
There was somebody else that I had written down where my brain was randomly going, and I can't remember.
You
who
thought it was
now.
Vin at one point.
Yeah, at one point I thought Vin was it, but then I realized that no, there was somebody higher.
I'm curious. What does Lele think? Is it a person controlling a ghoul, or is it the ghoul itself that's doing this?
No, she's actually going through. She's thinking that the ghoul. She's tying all of this up into all of the stuff that's been going on with the Thessalonian gods awakening, like the wrath ceremonies happening and the different things like that. She's seeing it as, like, she thinks that Ivan had part of it to do with, he was seeking the revenge and taking out his wrath on Parker and on Foxglove, who was encroaching. But I think that there's more going on with the church. Like maybe there's a rogue priest that's actually digging the dark side.
I don't know what is going on anymore. I was just wanting to know if you thought it was a ghoul doing it. Now you're talking about there's a secret Catholic conspiracy.
Well,
the reptilians rule the government.
No, the reason why
The moon is hollow!
is because the reason I was saying that is because I think that they're using that as a tool for their things. Like these ghouls, I think, are basically like the minions provided to them for their services to this higher whomever.
Okay, so you just think the ghast is just a byproduct.
I think that the ghast is controlled by as a tool of
Ghast is
manipulation.
probably Nualia's father or something, and he was actually the one that was killing people.
See, and that's kind of where I was going with the rogue priest. I think all of that.
Nualia's father's body was used in one of the rituals. That is something that would have come up when you were digging around with your goblin people. I completely neglected to mention it. You did find his body at one point. It was used in a ceremony. I completely fucking forgot. There's also a couple of magic items that you guys are going to have because it was hidden in places that you guys didn't go to. And now you're going to have them probably in another couple weeks in game time. Because the goblins are still working out clearing out the bottom part because they weren't allowed to go down there.
Whatever happened to the chick that was in
The mage.
yeah.
She's in Thistletop. She's researching all the Thessalonian stuff. She's still there.
So we might need to check in with her before we head out.
I honestly have no fucking idea. Never played Rise of the Runelords. I don't know much about the Glorian setting in the first place. I've played Pathfinder, but it's always been in a Dungeons and Dragons setting. So there's that.
Yeah, the stuff I've been dropping doesn't require any knowledge of Galarian at all. They just.
Well, then it has completely slipped by me.
Like I said, I might have gone too subtle with it. I hope not, though. We'll see, though.
But we like a good puzzle, so it's okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Thanks everybody for watching. Unless anybody has an announcement,
Absolutely.
anything, nothing.
Flow chart to come.
All right.
Thanks for the follows for those that did follow.
Yeah.
For real, yeah. Thanks, we appreciate it.
We'll
Mainly,
be
we're here to have a lot of fun, and we appreciate you joining us.
we'll be back next week. Yeah. Actually, find out what happened with Vi's body. Brr, brr, brr.
Oh no.
Bye.